let's get started. We have Opportunity Inc. here. And Opportunity Inc. is a company of recruiters who are looking for great talent. Okay. So recruiters today are very busy and they have a lot going on. And also, LinkedIn has 320 members worldwide, 320 million members worldwide. And so when recruiters are looking for specific talent, they are searching for an exact set of things, which I'm going to share with you what they are. And if you don't think of your profile from a perspective of a recruiter, so if, for example, you think, well, I just want to have my profile set up this way, then don't wonder if you're not being found by recruiters. So if you want recruiters and employers to find you, you're going to have to follow the tips and the strategies and tactics that will allow you to think of your profile as if you were a recruiter, right? So, for example, when recruiters have some talent need, they have specific talent agenda, right? So what is it? They're looking for specific skills of the talent they need. Well, what are skills on your profile on LinkedIn? That's going to be endorsements, right? So what would that be? Specific software. That would be some certifications. For example, Google Analytics, I work in marketing, it's very important to me. And also LinkedIn for social selling. So recently, I took some certification classes on lynda.com, and I now have those certifications listed. So these certifications are going to be kind of like specific software, right? These recruiters are going to be looking for specific experience. They're not looking for just somebody. They're not looking for just anybody, right? They're looking for somebody with a very specific set of these things we're discussing. So experience is going to be your work experience and also your internships, right? They're looking for specific industries. So I'll show you on your profile where you have to adjust it appropriately so that you are easy to find by the recruiters who are looking for somebody in that specific industry. They're looking for specific character traits, like what? Like goal-oriented, KPIs, key performance indicators, for example, driven, ROI, return on investment, focused, team player, well-organized, if you are looking to do something in project management, right? So how do you feature your character traits on your LinkedIn profile? Well, if I tell you about myself that I am good and I am this and I am that, it's not as valuable as if you go on my profile and you see 56 recommendations from people with real pictures, titles, 500 connections, real human beings who say all those things about me. And that brings us to the idea that you're gonna have to have recommendations from real people you worked with. Then they may be looking for specific culture fit. Like what? For example, it may be a startup at Atlanta Tech Village that you're looking to join, right? And for their team building activities, they like to do kayaking or whatever. I'm making stuff up, of course. Maybe they like ice skating. And so they may be looking for specific cultural fit. So you will be listing, if you list that you like to read books and you're homebody and you like to walk your dog and cook, they may assume that you are kind of like a boring person. But if you say that you like to cook and walk your dog, and also you like skydiving and swimming with the sharks, for example. Again, I'm making stuff up, right? Then definitely if they are a culture that has those kinds of people and maybe they do those kinds of team activities, then recruiters will figure out you are a good cultural fit for them. And finally, they're looking for specific geographic areas. So if you list in your LinkedIn profile specific geographic area, United States, it's not going to help you. So you need to list where it is that you are, greater Atlanta area, or wherever you live, you will have to list that area, because recruiters, when they go to LinkedIn, they have advanced search boxes where they check all these boxes, and if you have not designed your profile in a way that it pops up when they search for it, then no matter how good you are, they will not have a way of finding you, right? So how can you make sure that your profile is optimized? You need to use keywords. What are those keywords? So if you're looking for a job in a specific field, you know that that particular job will require this kind of software, those kinds of skills, that kind of experience. And so what you need to do is you need to ensure that throughout your profile, your headline, your summary, your work experience, your educational experience, certifications, classes taking, all of this, you're going to have to mention those keywords multiple times. You can find out those keywords if you go and you go to LinkedIn and you think for yourself, what do I want to be 5 years from today? So then you create a list of titles. For example, Chief IT Officer, for example, right? You go and you search in LinkedIn for Chief IT Officers. And you go and you see what it is that they have listed in their profiles as certifications, as skills, what it is that they talk about in their summaries and their work experiences, about their accomplishments. And so you start kind of seeing a theme that, okay, so these particular skills, they pop up everywhere. I guess I need to list them if I have them. And sometimes, very often, I find out that people may have all kinds of great skills, but they are unaware of them because they take it for granted. It's like a given for them. You know, they don't know that it's that much valuable. So whatever you envision for yourself and your career the next couple of 5 years, go find people who are already that, research their profiles, and find common themes in the keywords they use. Does it make sense? Great. Okay, so recruiters have a lot of clarity on their agenda, on what kind of talent they're looking for. So hopefully if you utilize great keywords that they are looking for, they found your profile. This is my profile, and so I want to go through a few things with you. On LinkedIn, you say your first name is Anna, for example, and in the last name, I said Stevens, JD, MBA. JD means that I have a law degree, and MBA means that I have a Master in Business Administration from Georgia State University. So recruiters may specifically be looking for certified project management professional, or for somebody, I have a lot of people who looking specifically for people JD, MBA. It's very common, actually, I found out in the United States. The other thing you see is this thing in the right top corner that says premium. So premium profile, you may consider it expensive. It's about $30 a month. But when you think about how much money you spent on Starbucks or all kinds of fun you like to have, and then you think about your career and future, you're just going to have to make your own decision. So how I think about this $30 a month is that it's my investment in my future. And I don't think that $30 a month is too much of an investment. I think I already got and I am getting everyday great return on my investment of $30. So I personally highly recommend for you to invest $30 into your future every month. And I think you deserve it. Don't you guys agree? Right, so okay, everybody got $30 a month, I'm sure. So get premium profile, and what it's gonna do is when you apply for jobs, your application will be featured on top of all the applicants list. And that's number one. Number two, you're going to get emails. You know what emails are? They're messages to people whom you are not connected to. So let's say I want to send you a message, but you are not my first connection. Well, how would I do it? If I don't have a premium profile, I'm going to have to find somebody to introduce me to and wait. But if I have a premium profile, I have emails. And there will be a button that will allow me to send you a message without waiting for anything. And if you react in some way, if you either say that you're not interested in my message or you reply to it, then the credit for that email will be given back to my account. Now, if you ignore it, that's when the credit will be deducted, because LinkedIn wants to encourage all of us to write our messages in a human, very personalized way, with a name, with a lot of specifics. And so if you write a very impersonal message that looks like a spam, people are very likely to ignore it. Then you'll be charged. So if you don't want to be charged for email, you want to personalize your messages, which will provoke an action in somebody who receives that email. Does it make sense? Okay, so premium profile is something you need. I feel you deserve it. Invest $30 a month into it. You need to do it today. Another thing is your headline. So headline is inbound, certified by HubSpot, digital marketing manager at Recall, social selling advocate, 4,000 connections, author. That's my headline. Yes, ma'am? Yes.
That we will be charged for email, or is that part of the $30?
So you will be charged points, credits. You will be charged email credits. You pay $30 a month, and you get, I think, 5 emails. So if you send me an email, and I respond to it, or I say I'm not interested, whatever action I take, you will not be charged for it. You will not be, email credits will not be deducted. So with your $30, you pay for credits, right? Now, if I ignore it, that's when you will be deducted a credit for an email. Okay, great question. Are we good? We're moving on? Okay, to the headline. So one thing I want to mention is, of course, being so technologically advanced, I assume that you guys know what search engine optimization is, right? What search engine is, it's Google or Bing or Yahoo, right? When we talk about our profiles and optimizing them with keywords, we're not just thinking within LinkedIn, and we're not just thinking about humans. We're also thinking about Google crawlers. And so the way, if somebody is looking, let's say, for Anna Stevens, and my profile is not public, or somebody for Anna Stevens digital marketer, for example, somebody is Googling it, right? A recruiter maybe heard about me somewhere, but doesn't really remember what my LinkedIn profile, what do I look like. So the way Google will offer them results is based on how well your name is optimized, Anna Stevens MBA, right? How well your tagline is optimized, how well your location is optimized, and your summary. All these things are crawlable by Google. And of course, the most important thing to remember is that your profile needs to be set up on public settings. So when you go into your settings on your LinkedIn profile, you have to make sure that your profile is visible to everyone, as opposed to just my first connections. Set it up where everyone can see your profile, because you want to be found by recruiters and by employers, don't you? Right? So make sure your profile is public. Okay, so now your profile is public. We optimized your name, your credentials, and now we are working on your headline, your tagline. You need to ensure that it doesn't just say a recent graduate of Georgia Gwinnett College. You're more than just that. That's great. That's a part of who you are. But you're so much more. You may be an avid hiker. You may be an advocate against domestic violence or sex trafficking or animal abuse or something like this. Who are you? You will ask yourself, right? You want to ensure that it's very obvious from the short headline who you are, what you stand for, what your values are, what your professional brand is, and what your personal brand is, right? So now we are moving toward location. So again, like I said, when you choose your location, make sure you don't do United States. You need to be very specific where it is that you live, because recruiters will be looking in that area. So information technology and services is the industry I work in. And if you feel like, well, my function is marketing, and there is an industry to choose from, marketing and advertising, but this is not my industry. If I were to work at a marketing agency, then I would be working in the marketing and advertising industry. Now, if my function is marketing, I still work at the Recall Corporation, which is a leader in information technology and services industry. Does it make sense? So make sure you set it up properly. So now we're moving forward, and I want you guys to know that you have to have at least 500 plus connections on LinkedIn. Why? Because the more connections you have, the more people you will be visible to, and the more people will be able to message you. Well, why would you care for more people to message you? Why? More opportunities, thank you, exactly. So if I'm a recruiter, let's say, and I see that you have 125 connections, number one, it's going to tell me you're not very active on LinkedIn. You're not very active in your industry. You're not really technologically advanced. But if I see you're very well connected, right? And if I see that you're putting yourself out there, you're building your brand, that tells me when you come and join my organization, you're going to bring the same value. You're going to help build my organization up also, right? And another thing is that you need a customized LinkedIn profile URL. So who can tell me what is my LinkedIn profile URL? Yes. Yeah. So if you don't have this set up, you're losing an opportunity for search engine and keyword optimization, right? So I promise you will not have an opportunity to have it linkedin.com/in/John Smith. But you can go for Smith John, dot Smith, Smith.John, and then just try different variations. Try to stay away from John Smith 15. Try to stay away from that. Try to go for John Smith Atlanta, or go for your industry, John Smith Marketing, John Smith IT, things like that. Does it make sense? Okay, so talked about LinkedIn URL customization. Once you customize your profile URL, it's as if you had your own little personal website. So now search engines will be able to find you. You're going to be constantly building the value of your profile, and the higher your value, the more people will be able to see your profile in the first search, and I'll show you how it happens. The most important thing is your contact info. Don't just list your email address. Maybe as a recruiter, email is not really my preferred way of communicating, or maybe your Gmail account will send my email to you with offer for opportunities into spam folder. So give me your email there, give me your Twitter handle there, give me your about.me. Hopefully you guys have about.me profiles set up. You definitely should, they're absolutely free. And if you go to about.me/StevensAnna, Anna.Stevens, you will be able to see my profile and see how you should set up yours. Have your about.me profile there, have your Twitter handle there, have your cell phone number there, you know? Let recruiters contact you in a way that's most convenient for them. So really use all this social media as free tools to build your profile, and let people learn about you. You know, just put information out there that's valuable, that communicates who you are and what kind of asset will you be to the company if I were to hire you, right? All right. So now let's talk about your story. And your story is your education and courseworks, your internships and projects you worked on, and your work experience and certifications, right? So when we talk about your education and coursework, don't just list your college there. Have you been leading something? What else unique did you do? What leadership positions did you hold? Something, you know, list your GPA there. What makes you unique? What's your story? Don't just be, you know, average Joe. You are who you are, you're unique, and recruiters are looking to hire you as a package.